Realex bridges the gap between the banking world and the technology world.
We built a system where we could speak to any bank. And then we have one common language that the merchants can speak to us.
Because of Realex, Aer Lingus probably have one of the best payment solutions in the airline industry.
It was life-changing basically for us, the way the business took off in the last few years.
It's extremely important that you enjoy the experience.
You have to care about the batches.
I could tell you that that when I wanted to set this up, that I went and did a 42-page plan, and I went and raised funds from an international VC, or I could just lie and say that no, I didn't do any of that. It's just the thing of leaving the bank and actually being your own boss and having your own business. That was what I wanted to try to do.
I had hair down to about here at the time, all big long curls, and I was wearing a suit that was 2 sizes too big for me. The man says to me, listen, I'm leaving and setting up a little payments company, and do you want to come? And so I said, sure, why not? It's something different to do. And next thing you know, the two of us are working in an office with no windows and a loud space heater.
Manor Street Digital Hub, I think we called it.
There's just 2 desks facing each other with the computer here, and one phone. If the phone rang looking for Colm, I'll just transfer you. Here you go.
It was a year before we got the first live customer, which was Direct Ski. I can remember very well the weekend that was the 31st of March in 2001 when Direct Ski went live.
And I had Dermot from Direct Ski on the phone here, on the one office phone, and that transaction went through. I think it was about 35 minutes past 5 on a Friday evening. I was like, hey! And the Dermot says to me, oh no, we're your first customer.
What I didn't realise was that the skiing season had just finished. And of course, it meant that when I went home to see whether there was any transactions, and there were none. So I was devastated. But then, over a period of time, about a couple of days later, we saw some live traffic come through, and that was wonderful.
I think one of the great things about Colm is that he sees things before their time, and he's prepared to take a risk. I mean, this was a man who took a risk with a young family. And I remember meeting Colm because I was involved in Realex at the very start of him coming to my office on the bus. And the reason he came on the bus was not his love for public transport, but simply because he couldn't afford a car.
There were a couple of big milestones for us. I mean, in the early days when we raised the BES capital, to date that's the only capital that we've ever raised for this business, and we were able to go and recruit salespeople. The sequence in which we, I think, brought the people in was myself and Owen, and then Andrew, yes, and then shortly after that, Cathal Cronin joined, who's also known as the Great Warrior.
I joined the company in April 2002, and I graduated in May 2001. It was the last bits of air were being shoved out of the dot-com bubble, and I was actually working on the sites, so building sites as opposed to websites. I remember my first day walking into the office, which was 4 guys in a room, 4 desks. I was shown my desk, which was right opposite Colm, so Colm was right there. It was real good camaraderie, but real a sense of ownership. Everyone had their distinct roles at that stage.
I got a phone call one day from somebody wanting to know, was that the paint shop? Because we were trading under the name of Pay and Shop, and people couldn't really say the word Pay and Shop, and eventually became known as the Paint Shop. And I said, no, we have to do something with this name. So we changed the name to Realex, the Real-Time Payment Exchange. We got the Local Government Computer Services Board, which subsequently incorporated things like motor tax and online driving tests. And then bit by bit, we started to expand.
Since I've been here, we've had 3 office moves. So first from Manor Street to Monkstown, Monkstown to Glasstool.
It really wasn't until Glasstool that you felt, geez, now we're a company. Now there's actually something, there's legs behind this now,
Within a very short space of time, we went up to about 20 people, and that was an immediate requirement for us to get those people on board.
I would have joined March 2005. It was very much a startup culture at that stage, and it was very much all hands on deck.
Summer 2007 we came back to Monkstown, to our current location, which again is getting quite full at the moment, so there might be another one on the move soon.
The Aer Lingus deal in 2004, that was a huge deal for us as well.
If I remember that very first meeting with Colm and Owen, they were nice people and they were friendly and they were open and honest. It really was refreshing to know we were going to have problems, but we were going to fix them together. The after-sales support. And I think also the fact that we were going to be a big fish in a small pond made a lot of difference to us. We can stand up today in Aer Lingus and be very proud that we have a really good payment system.
Realex was taken on board by my brother Niall. It was life-changing basically for us because we had people that could do other things, and specifically the way the business took off in the last few years, there's no way you could actually keep going to that at that pace. We don't even think about it now, it's just a given.
I met Colm in 2003 or 2004. We would have been an early customer of Realex, and we used them to process all our credit card, laser and direct debit transactions on Daft. He's a great guy, he's great fun, and really passionate about his business, above and beyond pretty much anyone else I know. And it really shows in the success of the business over the last 5 years. It's gone from being an Irish online payment gateway to being pretty much a global player.
The big things for us at the moment is about trying to get Realex much more international rather than being a local business.
There's this office, there's the London office, there's the Paris office.
Over in the UK office, we run the business obviously with Virgin Atlantic and people like the AA Insurance and Party Poker and 32 Red. Some very big clients that we've got, and we've also won the business now to process for the Olympic Committee as well.
I think the thing that I'm most proud about with the company is the actual number of people we've managed to employ. I'd say nearly over 150 people have come through the company at some stage. There's no time wasters in here. Every person has an important job, and they all know that's an important job.
And there's a huge commitment here from the people that they enjoy the job, they want to succeed, and they want to do it in an open and honest and in a way consistent with the values that we've actually selected ourselves.
One of the things that we've done is we've created what we call the F5 program. So the F5 is the refresh key, and we've hit the refresh in late 2008 on our strategy. We try to make sure that the people who work here love to excel. They want to come to work, they enjoy their work. It's not just something that we have up on the wall, but our customers are a testament to that.
This company will get bigger, it'll get better, stronger. I'm certainly going to be a part of that all the way, and that's why I get out of bed in the morning. It's just to make sure that people here don't look at me and say, "Oh, you made a mess of that, didn't you?"
Success for me is waking up in the morning and still wanting to come in here. And I think I'm really lucky to feel like that still. It's one of the true defining characteristics of this company is its ability to constantly transform itself and to constantly adapt. Because what we need to be tomorrow is not what we were yesterday at all. We need to be something completely different.